Hi, Alexandra Ehrlich here, your ally in mastering strategies for conquering the credit game. If you've been watching the news or even remotely turned on any form of social media, any content, anything, the latest breaking news is that student loans are going to be facing forgiveness. This is amazing. This is wonderful. This has definitely been a long time coming. And whether you think it's good or bad, or whether you think it's our tax dollars being used in whichever way, I'm not here to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is, what does this actually mean for student loans? And what does it really mean, more importantly, for all the people that think that it has to do with their credit? This is going to be very similar to all of the medical protocols that we've seen as far as collections in the past couple of years. We're going to see this debt forgiven. However, when, by who, and what is going to change as far as the reporting on the credit report, and how are we going to prove and document that it was in fact forgiven? And maybe it was a percentage of each one. Here's the pieces that for me are kind of screaming red flags. I'm only going to touch on 3 of them. Number 1, is the entire student loan up to the dollar amount, or the entirety of each student loan up to the specified dollar amount going to be forgiven? Or are they going to take the entire amount of forgiveness and spread it out equally across maybe the 5, 10, 15, 20 student loans that any given individual has? That's number 1. Number 2, what's going to happen for the people that are currently in forbearance, currently in default, currently in collections on their student loans? Because these are not necessarily being serviced by the original student loan company, are they still going to be forgiven? Because how are they going to find them? Interesting, right? Here's number 3. Number 3, what happens when there's a balance? It's fully forgiven. Great. Okay. All the student loan debt went away, but there was originally late payments or inaccurate reportings or something else, or worse yet, this is going to be the worst one. And I hope none of you guys do this. I hope none of your consumers do this, none of your family, none of your friends, nobody do this. Just because it says it's forgiven, until you get paper letter saying that you do not in fact owe a balance, don't stop making minimum payments. I'd rather you fight for a couple $100 refund than find out that you now have a 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180 day late on your credit report on a student loan because you read the news, you bought in and said, oh, it's forgiven, I no longer have to pay it. Wait until it is paid, people, please. I'm begging. So if you have any questions as to what this will mean for your specific scenario, for somebody in your social circle, please feel free to reach out. Would love to have this as a more in-depth conversation, and feel free to check out some of the articles that I've attached that have to do with this, and on my social media where we can see what else I have some opinions on in the credit space. Thanks.